Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. Alright guys, so we do have a bullish candlestick on the day. So SPY does look like it wants to advance higher. I'm just putting it out there. We still do have this bearish divergence sitting here, but if I come down here to the hourly time frame, I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing, but I spy with my little eye little flag, but it's kind of a big flag. So we had a little flag down over here, and that's what kind of gave it away, like the next move. And then guess what? We had a gap up here, and now on the hourly time frame, we just have this big old flag going on. So whether you want to call this a bull flag or a bull pennant, I do think that's what we have here. And I do think we're probably going to be, I put a target of like 492 up on the board the other day. I think we're probably coming up to, 490, 492. Probably tomorrow. We're going to have to see about this one. But that's, if I had to guess here, that's what I think is going to be the case. Come on over here to QQQ. What do we also have here on the hourly time frame? We have a flag. All right. So we also have a bull flag. And, not too long ago down here, had that little bullish looking thing going on here, bullish rectangle. Actually, on the daily time frame, you also had that bullish. We didn't know if it was going to be bullish or bearish. You could break down, you could break up from these things, but it's almost identical to what you had over here. There you go. And then that wasn't a rectangle, but come over here to SPY. You also had this rectangle going on here. You ended up breaking up. And I was saying after this first day, I don't think that's it, because we just, broke out from a lot of consolidation here. And guys, guess what? Even if we pull back here, I still don't think it's going to be it, because we just broke out of a whole month of consolidation. We've been in this rectangle for 35 days here. Do you see what I'm seeing? 22 bars, 22 trading sessions. It's a lot. All right. You don't do that, break out, and then, you can do it. But we've, been out of here for a few days now. I don't think it's a false breakout. I do think we're going to, advance higher if we pull back here. Whether you pull back, a little underneath the top of this rectangle, maybe come back into it. I still think, we're going to probably get buyers stepping in here. QQ. All right. If we were to fall, guys, yeah, you're probably just going to get buyers stepping in right here. Then we get a really nasty fall. Crazy. You'd hit the bottom of this trend line, or the bottom of this channel right here at this, this trend line. And then you probably would get buyers stepping back in. We'd probably go back up to the highs. That's just my guess. All right. Talk about TLT, guys. TLT is still holding right where you needed to hold. I'm just putting it out there. All right. I just saw it, and there we go. But come on over here to IWM. I really don't think this is going to be bad. So because you made a higher high over here, we're automatically going to expect the higher low. All right, until proven otherwise. And guess what? You just did exactly what you were doing, it looks like, over here. Guys, you just consolidated once you got above the 9, came back, retested the 9. And now it does look like you're going to be carrying on your way. And if you could take out 198.59, you have a straight shot to $200. So, there's a little day trade idea if you'd like. Come over here to DIA. Again, with these freaking rectangles, guys. Every index had it besides IWM. IWM was just kind of, it was dying. All right. Instead of just consolidating up here at the highs, it went like that, downward. Whereas QQQ, what do we do? Consolidate right here at the highs. Buy. Consolidate right here at the highs. DIA. Consolidate at the highs. IWM. Downwards. But yeah, I think IWM looks bullish. I think QQ looks bullish. I think SPY looks bullish. And I showed you guys the hourly, flags or pennants we got going on SPY and QQ. IWM, guys, do we have anything going on here on the hourly time frame? Yes, we do. All right. What is this? Dun, 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 dun. That looks bullish to me. All right. You guys see this arrow? Guess what? All right. I think, even if you pull back, I think you're going to get buyers stepping up, but I think you're going to break out to the upside. Whether you want to draw it like this, All right, maybe a rectangle or like this. I'm gonna just keep that one on right there. And yeah, guys, so everything does look bullish to me. And if you actually just take a closer look, what we really can do here is we're gonna go like that. And since these all are red candlesticks, you can't get a close above this trend line right here, because the trend line right here proves to be your neckline. Go like that. We're going to hit control. We're going to drag it right there. We're going to go like that. Guys, you have an inverse head and shoulder pattern right here on IWM. Whether you want to call, you know, right here 197 your neckline, or all the way up here at 198.59, just the highs up here. But keep in mind, these are red candlesticks, so the closes are all the way down here. Your trend line right here, this zone is really the neckline. Doesn't really matter about this, you know, $1.50 gap right here. You just need a close above 197, and then, you know, a condition has changed. Sellers have capitulated because all on these other three candlesticks, guess what? They avoided the this on the 2 hour. All right, we're looking at the hourly now. Look at that. Oh, you did close above it here. All right, I guess you could watch on the 2 hour chart. I really thought I was in the hourly time frame, but either way, guys, inverse head and shoulders. You got one right here, and you got a flag. If I had to take a shot at it, boom, probably going higher than $200. Probably going higher than $201. I don't know. All right, but DIA. Oh, what do you got going on over here? Flag. All right, flag. And I got some setups we're going to talk about too. We got actually quite a bit. All right, what's going on with Mr. Vixie? Why are you green on the day with SPY, yeah? Why? Just why you gotta make things a little difficult? Look at SMH. Look at that. Gave back the move. Look at that. All right, guys, let's move on to today. It's the orange list. First one on the list, GME. All right, double bottom, break and retest, golden pocket, break the neckline at 1516. I think you probably, you know, come up here 1575. We could put it like that. All right, and then the next resistance I can really spot, clear as day. It's gonna be all the way up here at like 1650, 1660. So, you know, guys, this is a decent rip right here. All right. And, you know, that could be, you know, to get paid. Tesla, guys, I know a lot of people are hating on Tesla. I know, like, you know, maybe, you know, it's very contrarian to think Tesla, talk bullshit about Tesla. But, guys, just take a look at it. Every time you've hit down here on that daily RSI, you've bottomed. All right. I don't care what everyone else is saying. All right. This thing is about a bottom. You're right here. This is the next support. The next support underneath this is going to be all the way down here at the low of this candlestick, which is 164.35. We can put that on the radar. 164.35. If you make a bullish divergence, that is, you know, something you could watch out for. But I'm just putting it out here. I think you just bottom. Now, this is something I pointed out in last night's video, which was right, or yesterday's video, which was right before Tesla earnings. You could watch if you want, if you didn't see it already. But yeah, I told you guys that this is like the concern here on, you know, don't gamble too heavy into long here on Tesla. Why? Because you look back, you don't have a rounded bottom. We never have a rounded bottom. Knife. Island reversal, guys. This could be an island reversal. What if you gap up here? I don't know. I don't know, dude. I will be so happy if you somehow start like this marks the recovery. Because look, knife, but you still recovered back up higher than you were over here within 3 trading sessions. So I don't know. But yeah, look at this knife, and then you know got bought up. Then you come over, you know, right here, knife, right here. All right. I guess this around them. Well, that's what I'm saying. You continue to lower knife. Like it just it doesn't round off and then it explodes. I guess it kind of did over here, but you know, I'm looking at the daily RSI being down here. Knife. Like this is what I'm talking about. And I'm just saying, guys, I think you're about a bottom. You're right here at support. A lot of volume stepped in. You could go as far back as you want here. This is where Tesla is, you know, going to be bottoming. And I already pointed this out. The weekly RSI, guys, if you see it, this is your once in a lifetime, like, really easy, like double or triple your money on shares. Okay, if you're a long-term investor and you see Tesla like down here, the weekly RSI is probably going to be down here. And that's when like you could just like, hey, I'm not, telling anyone dump their savings into Tesla, but like if you really want, we're not even talking just call options, just like buy a ton of shares. And there you go. Just sell a bunch of calls and there you go. You could get paid. Okay. I'm just saying, you have 100K to dump in Tesla down here. It somehow is, potentially, all right, just potentially, it could turn into like 200K in the not too near distant future, like, maybe a few months out. Like you see this was a few weeks right here. Consolidated for quite some time here, but let's see from here to here. That was the last, all right. This is what I'm saying. If we get something like this is the long-term like heavy opportunity, and you could even say like, hey, right now I think it's a long-term opportunity, but guess what, that's a 200% gain. Let's just say it does that. That's let's say it does it in 100% gain in that time. That's half a year. You just doubled your whatever money. Okay. It doesn't matter the amount. Tesla, I think it's an opportunity approaching, and I think we have a short-term opportunity right here. I'm just saying. All right. You exploded to the downside out of this channel. You had a little false breakout there. That's okay. Fool me once. Shame on you. Fool me twice. I'm an idiot. Shame on me. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, no, Tesla's like that toxic girlfriend that like you love and you just, drives you crazy. But you love it. But she drives you crazy. All right. All right, moving on. Zom, guys, this thing just broke out. I'm just putting it out there. That is a thing. And yeah, so I'm just putting it out there. Zom just broke out of this trend line, not this one yet. So we don't have a breakout from this inverse head and shoulders, guys. Oh, it's not even an inverse head and shoulders because we did this, but we did call it out the other night. Why? Because you were at the bottom of this what I thought could be a potential rising or falling wedge here. And look at that, guys. So I'm just putting it out there. Not looking too bad. And the more I look at it, I kind of want to draw that trend line. You got like a lot of trend lines going on here, and you're just breaking through everything. So I'm just putting it out there. You had the bullish divergence. It suggests we're probably going to see the RSI get up here. All right, you got the increasing volume on the day. You got a big, candlestick going over here. If you break this trend line, all right, I'm just saying next stop immediately is going to be 105, like 70 up here. As you can see, that is really the next resistance. You have all that going on here. And if you were to really draw a zone here, we can make it right here. That would be the zone we're paying attention to. All right, so, 104, but yeah, 105.70 is really where I think this bad boy is headed. Same with Oxy, all right? Oxy, we also pointed out down here. Why? Because you just had the channel break, and you got increasing volume going on here, and you have a double bottom, and 6180 is a long ways away. But if you're buying in here, by the time you actually get to the neckline of this double bottom, guess what? All right, you're already up like hundreds of percents, and there you go. Then you get to ride it again up to here, and that's like a 20% move. So that's why we put it on the radar down here. All right, but U.S. oil as a whole is breaking out. Looking great. Excellent. Breaking out. Looking great. So I'm just saying these charts are all looking not too bad, and I think they're heating up. You see what's going on here? See what happened there? All right. You at least had some upside. See what's happening here? This thing's explosive, though. This thing was a dead duck. This thing is an explosive pit bull. Just, running at the enemy's face, and he's ready to rip it off. All right. It looks like a face ripper. It's approaching. Next one is Amazon. Guys, it is getting tight. But I will also say right here, is this a rising wedge? Will the world ever know? The world will know. It is a rising wedge. There you go. I am also putting it out there. Guess what? You're right at resistance. You have a hammer candlestick right under it. It looks like it wants to bust up. It wants to bust them up, guys. All right? It wants to take this thing and expand its horizons to the upside. Avco. It's coming down, guys. All right? If you get the chance down here, I got the alert. I'm ready. I'm ready for the beast. And I'll take advantage of the beast if I get it. All right? we're gonna put this alert right here because you know this thing never hit what I wanted to hit down here. And then you know the move I called, I didn't even get to play. This is insane. This is like, guys, you just play these chip stocks, just keep playing them. This is life-changing money. Screw AMC, screw GME, screw all of these other meme stonks. The chip movement could have made anybody and their mother rich. You just kept having to buy chip call options and shares and just keep doubling your money over and over and over again with chip stocks. Okay. And again, with shares, do you see SMTI? Do you see what this thing could have done? This thing went insane. That's a double. All right. Do you want to see this thing? What is that? That's a 40%er. You know, over the past year, guess what? That's a double. Oh, AMD? What do you got going on? It's almost a double. Oh, you got NVIDIA? I'm just saying, you see these breakouts? Calls. Like, that's what's making you rich. But, you know, people are still making a lot of money on shares on these things. And you could probably just sell all of your call options each week because the premiums are, you know, outrageous. Outrageous is crazy. Cat. Fresh breakout. There you go. Probably going to keep moving. You do have fresh volume going on down here. I'll make a nice, pretty arrow for you. You do have the bearish divergence, but I'm just saying this bad boy looks like it wants to keep going. So pull back. We'll buy it. There you go. All right. This thing doesn't look bad, but I also want to point out fresh breakout. So you're probably not going to pull back. You do have a small wick. So if you do see a pullback, it probably does get eaten up in my personal opinion. But, you know, we could be getting a pullback. I don't know. But you had this previous, you know, these previous highs up here, consolidated around them, boom, busted them up. BA, I just want to put it on your radar. All right, something to watch. Bullish divergence going on here. Get a big volume day. You got earnings. What if we see this thing explode back to the upside? It loves its gaps. What about the gap and goes to the upside? Eventually, it's going to happen. I don't know. A, B, and B. Double bottom breakout. We talked about it while it was down here in the golden pocket. Now it's breaking out from this double bottom and it's basing on it. So I'm just putting it out there. You got a hammer candlestick going on. If we come down to the hourly, I'm pretty sure we're going to see the flag. There we go. We see a flag. That little rectangle thing we were just talking about. We're just going to make the rectangle. We control and we'll shift. Yeah, shift it is. All right, then we'll go like that. Little rectangle formation going on here. Guys, this thing looks bullish. A, B, and B. Baby, this. If you missed it, down here from this little flag, well, guys, you just broke your massive trend line going on here. And yeah, you're consolidating above it. And I think you're about to have another leg because this thing also looks like a flag, guys. I told you we had some setups to talk about, guys. All of these things looks like they're about to go crazy. It's outrageous. It's crazy, baby. It's crazy. All right, Netflix. Again with these flags, baby. Again with the flags. I don't know what to tell you. It looks crazy. Crazy. I was going to mention it yesterday. I think we might have mentioned it. But yeah, guys, Netflix, I know I mentioned it last earnings. Don't try and fade the move right away because it typically will go in that direction, at least for a few days. Whatever it does. You stay down here for a few days. All right. What happened over here? Gap down. You know, you kept going for a few days. Gapped up. Kept going for a few days. All right. Up here, gapped up. Kept going for a few days. Here, gapped up. Kept going for a few days. Up here, gapped up. Going for a few days. Kept down. Kept going. Kept down. Kept going. You know, I could go all day, baby. I could go all day. I don't know what you did over here. This is a mess. We're not going to talk about that one. Nike. That's what we're going to talk about. Falling wedge going on here. Bullish divergence. But I do want to say you're right here at support. And, you know, somewhere in this zone, you're probably going to get bought up. If you do lose it, though, and we come down to the trend line, this is another one where I'm just going to be calling. I'm going to be shouting from things, guys. And these are the wings. These are the ones that, you know, these are the setups I think are worth, you know, going heavy on. If you did it over here, we called the bottom over here. We really did. And guess what? This is something like, again, with these chip stocks, you know, you do some things with these dated calls, you get some shares, you know. Nah, I'm kidding. Nike's not like some chip stocks. I'm sorry. I didn't call some of these. Well, we called it breakouts, but I wish I played some of these. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know why, screw the high premiums. I'm now, the high premiums are justified. They all went insane. That's all I'm saying. And AMD ain't even high premium. I just don't like playing AMD. I'm going to be honest. I like Nvidia though. I really do. Roku. What do you got going on here? We do have let's make it all pretty for you guys though. All right, we have the inverse head and shoulders going on here. On this pullback here, so you consolidate down here for a few more days. Picture perfect, you come down here, equivalent of this over here, something like that, and then boom, you take off. All right, and then it's probably going to look like that, and then you come up here to the next resistance, picture perfect, and picture perfect for the bulls. Get that. All right, you get another mini flag going on. All right, we love to see it. Shop. All right, I told you guys we had a lot of setups to cover. I told you. All right, the shop, guys. It looks like it wants to continue higher, but this is a two-way setup. Getting tight here. You got your wedge going on. All right, you got your wedge, pennant. I don't care. Inverse head and shoulders going on here. I like it. All right, I like it both ways, right here or with the breakdown. You don't have to guess, guys. If you want to take a short-term strangle, take your strangle. I don't care. I wouldn't, but I'm just saying, just be patient because it's either you're gonna get a breakdown right here, or you're gonna get a breakover right here. One or the other. Who cares? All right, just wait for it. So, there's that. No. Consolidating again above the high, and it looks like, whoa, what is that? A flag, guys. When you get these dojis going on here, it's usually just consolidating, and it's usually in the form of a flag. I'm just putting it out there, and because it's above resistance, I was just gonna guess that it was gonna be a flag, and look at that, we got a flag in the hourly time frame. And guys, I don't think there is any. Yeah, there's no bearish divergence. Oh, there is a bear. Yeah, there is, ever so slight. All right, but snow, I like it. Last one we're going to be discussing is D to the whack. Why? Hold back to the 9 EMA. Hold back to the breakout level. And this is really the demand zone in between 25 bucks. Big ass zone right here. 30% zone. But here on the weekly chart, kind of stupid. All right, look at this. But yeah, the real resistance that you're, holding on to right here on the daily chart is or the previous resistance is right here. So this is the demand right here. This, if you want to long this thing, I would use this as your risk. All right, because these contracts are expensive, but they're not going to, since they're so juiced, they're not going to die so much over here. But I'm just saying, they could just burn the premiums, guys. These premiums are outrageous as crazy. In the money is 500 bucks. 2 days left on it. Pretty sure that's what I was saying. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty positive that's what I was saying earlier. Or yesterday when I was looking. I don't remember. No, I think it was early because we were up here and I was planning on trying it, but I don't know because I think I missed my shot because you could have went long any of it's like but it's like these, yo. Was today another day you could have long chips? No, you couldn't have. Well, we're gonna have to see actually because if it goes up to a new high, then yeah, it was another day you could have bought in the dip on chip stocks and you would have made a ton of money. And again, guys, with these flags / rectangles, whatever you want to call them, look at that, guys. These nothing looks bad to me right now. But yeah, DWAC guys, break and retest going on. Daily time frame on the 9. Long-legged doji. Just putting it out there. So yeah, guys, with that being said, I appreciate y'all. And guys, everybody go over to the Twitter. I'm going to post some setups over on the Twitter. I have been pretty busy recently, but I, will be returning back to posting, pretty much all these setups that we go over on YouTube on the Twitter. I'm not going to be doing ticker requests because I don't want to flood my Twitter with, stuff that is not set up, all right? I want to put stuff on people's radar so they can make money off it, not so they can, watch a stock that they're watching, guess what? We're only going to talk about the hot tickers that I think are, well, I don't like hot tickers. Like, I do like hot tickers because DWAC is a hot ticker. Break and retest, that's kind of like, okay, we know something's hot. It's just cooling off and people are forgetting about it. And boom, the momentum's going to come back. We're just going to not forget about it. That's how the break and retest really works because, you know, you got this going on. It's consolidated. No one's thinking about it. Oh, it's hot. It breaks out. It's hot. Oh, you have another day. It's super hot. Oh, there you go. It's still hot, but, you know, people are starting to lose money. Oh, boom, another day. Oh, big capitulation day. Break and retest. Ooh, there's the wick. All right, and then it looks something like that. We're going to call this a candlestick right there. And then maybe you consolidate a little more, and then boom. All right, and this is, we're just not going to forget about it over here when other people forget about it. All right, that's the break and retest in a nutshell. All right, guys, with that being said, love y'all, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.